2 Kings chapter 24. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, ascended, and Jehoiakim became his bondman 3 years, and he turned and annulled allegiance to him. And the Lord sent against him the armed bands of the Chaldeans, and the armed bands of Syrians, and the armed bands of Moab, and the armed bands of the sons of Ammon. And he sent them against Judah to prevail against it, according to the word of the Lord which he spoke by the hand of his bondmen, the prophets. Only a rage of the Lord was against Judah, to remove it from in front of him, on account of the sins of Manasseh, according to all as much as he did. And indeed, for the innocent blood which he poured out, and filled Jerusalem of innocent blood. And the Lord did not want to atone. And the rest of the words of Jehoiakim, and all as much as he did, behold, are not these written upon the scroll of the words of the days of the kings of Judah? And Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin, his son, reigned instead of him. And the king of Egypt proceeded not any longer to come forth from out of his land. For the king of Babylon took from the rushing stream of Egypt unto the river Euphrates all as much as was of the king of Egypt. Jehoiachin was a son being 18 years old, in his taking reign, and 3 months he reigned in Jerusalem. And the name to his mother was Nehushta, daughter of Elnathan from out of Jerusalem. And he did the wicked thing in the eyes of the Lord, according to all as much as his father did. In that time Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, ascended to Jerusalem, and the city came to be encompassed about. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, entered unto the city, and his servants assaulted it. And Jehoiachin, king of Judah, came forth to the king of Babylon, he and his mother, and his servants, and his rulers, and his eunuchs. And the king of Babylon took them in the 8th year of his kingdom, and he brought forth from there all the treasures of the ones in the house of the Lord, and of the treasures of the house of the king. And he cut off all the items of gold which Solomon the king of Israel made for the temple of the Lord, according to the saying of the Lord. And he resettled Jerusalem, and all the rulers and all the mighty ones with strength, into captivity, 10,000, and every fabricator, and the one so consigned. They did not leave any behind, except of the ones being in need of the people of the land. And he resettled Jehoiachin into Babylon, and the mother of the king, and the wives of the king, and his eunuchs, and the strong ones of the land, he took away for resettlement from out of Jerusalem unto Babylon. And all the mighty men, 7,000, and the fabricator, and the one so consigned, thousands of all the mighty men in strength making war. Even the king of Babylon led them into a displacement unto Babylon. And the king of Babylon gave reign to Mattaniah, brother of his father, instead of him. And he placed the name Zedekiah to him. Zedekiah was a son being 21 years old in his taking reign, and 11 years he reigned in Jerusalem. And the name to his mother was Hamutal, daughter of Jeremiah from out of Libnah. And he did the wicked thing before the Lord, according to all as much as Jehoiakim did. For by the rage of the Lord the rage was on Jerusalem, and on Judah, until he threw them from his face. And Zedekiah annulled allegiance to the king of Babylon.